Go follow Ismodan, he makes great thought-provoking content. Anyway, he asks the question. In the glove analogy of quantum mechanics, the one where you have two boxes, you put a glove in each one, you label them entangled, you send one light years away, and you open a box, and if one's right-handed, you know the other's left-handed. Do you have to be the person who packed the box, or could you be a secondary observer? You can be a secondary observer. That is what the label is for. So the original analogy is you put these two gloves into two boxes, and then you label them, but then you also mix them up, so you have no way of knowing what is in each box. That kind of stands in for something like a particle can be in spin-up or spin-down state. You have no idea. But the boxes are labeled entangled, so when you send that box out millions of light years away, and one of your ancestors millions of years later ends up getting that box, they know because of that label that there is another box somewhere that is entangled with it. That guarantees that when they open the box and see a left-handed glove, the other one has to have a right-handed glove. They don't have to be you, they could be anyone. But the label is important, and the label is important in quantum mechanics too. Because you can't just look at a quantum particle and know it's entangled with something. As far as we know, this is an evolving science after all. So if the boxes weren't labeled entangled, you'd open one, you'd see a left-handed glove, and you would have no idea what it is. Is it part of a pair? Is it a random left-handed glove? Is it something that you just got out of storage? Does the other box have mittens in it? You have no idea. So in a way, you are linked with the original entanglement process, i.e. the person who puts the gloves in boxes, via that label. And that's partially how we study quantum behavior right now. Someone can entangle a pair of photons or particles, and someone else can observe them without observing the entanglement process, but has to be told somehow that these particles are entangled. Otherwise, the only way you're going to know is by knowing they were entangled somehow, which means having knowledge of the process. It's also worth noting that you don't have to be the person who is entangling it, you just have to have knowledge of the entanglement. We have observed photon entanglement that we didn't do. The Messier satellite has observed entangled photons traveling 1,200 kilometers apart and retaining their entanglement. But the man-made record for entanglement is about a 50-kilometer journey down a fiber optic cable of a photon that is entangled with a calcium ion. The biggest problem we're having with these experiments is that the act of observation basically just means interacting with anything, which means you have to send that entangled photon down the cable without it interacting with the cable, which is hard.